welcome back. Hello, and welcome to Club Sandwich, the podcast with me, Henry Southern.
And me, Jordan Sanger. Hello, Happy New Year.
Before we get started, make sure to hit follow wherever you're listening. That'll mean you can be the first person to know about each and every new episode.
And you can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Just search Club Sandwich.
Yes, and follow. that was slick, darling. We've got that
slick.
mastered.
Our New Year respite clearly has sort of worked.
The theme of this week's episode is history.
This is right up your street, isn't it?
No, but I'm gonna be cool about it. That you're gonna get less history from me in this episode than every other episode. It's...
Well, let's just make sure we're staying awake throughout the whole thing, shall we?
Yes, I would give that introduction. I think that was a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah, room for improvement, definitely.
Fine.
But no, to contextualise, Henry has a lemsip.
I do.
I
am like basically drinking my body weight in lemsip at the moment.
Yes, you've been very ill, haven't you? But we'll get on to that.
Yes.
That's got them hooked.
It's flu season, girlies.
Henry's got a lemsip. I've got a double vodka Coke. Diet, of course. So, in this week's episode, we leave 2025 behind for circa 54 AD to the 1980s.
We discuss one of the 7 hells of life, moving flats.
And we give each other a taste of history in our sandwich exchange.
It's all rather exciting. I'm actually quite excited about this episode. We've got a lot of fun things to discuss.
I know. If you didn't like the other episodes, you'll like this one. This one's worth listening to. But first on the agenda... bridging from the Christmas episode where I was criticising...
Did you get anything nice for Christmas?
I got some socks.
Go on.
But so did you.
So did I. I mean, you said socks are a shit gift.
Yeah, I don't think these will go on the camera, will they? Unless we kick up our legs. I don't really want to do that.
I have Jordan's lovely face with his signature Anna Wintour sunglasses printed on my socks.
And I have Henry's...
you haven't even pulled up. Pull up your socks.
Okay, sorry, darling. Boarding school coming out of you there.
I know.
Yes, but your sister, Harriet, got these from us, didn't she? They only arrived the other day.
I don't think my mum had watched the Christmas episode either because she'd bought me stuff.
Oh, yes, she did,
and
didn't
as
she?
I opened them, I was like, Jordan thinks that's a shit gift.
Yeah, yes, but, I have to
You got more presents from my mum than I did.
I know. Well,
How does that work out?
Well,
she must approve.
She realises everything I do for you. And how I make her son happy. But yes, these socks, they're very comfortable, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
So thank you, Harriet.
Yeah, thank you.
Much obliged.
And then it was New Year, wasn't it?
It was New Year.
We didn't do a lot other than get quite jolly.
Yeah. We had that incident in the restaurant. Shall we go into that?
What incident?
With the waiter, shall we? We're not going to name the place. Bleep that out, please. The little scallywag of a waiter.
Yeah, but he bought us off and it was fine in the end.
Yes,
basically,
but still, it deserves a mention.
They took away our bottle of wine.
I know.
There was like about a quarter left in there.
Yes.
And then when I said, was there wine in there? He was like, yes, there was.
And he had this kind of guilty smirk on his face.
And then he just gave us another
like
bottle.
Like a fuck you. Sorry, I'm going to swear less now. It's like an F-U.
Yes. And he just gave us another bottle for free. But so we were just bought off. Anyway,
yes.
That's not very interesting.
So is it a New Year, New Us, or?
Maybe. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yes, I want to read a book a week and be less happy.
That's nice. Be less happy.
Yes, because the amount of time I bounce around, people must think I'm on something.
On standby. like what the hell? Jesus. Okay. Well, good luck with that. I haven't really thought. I always find that resolutions always set you up for failure.
Yes. I mean, do you have any?
Not really. I'm just riding the wave of life.
We haven't been these past few days, have you? You've been convalescing in bed.
I know. But, I mean, the only dry January I'm doing is drinking lots of dry gin martinis.
Do you have any additional ins and outs? So I know we did the... What are you laughing at?
I know you do.
Yes, I do, actually.
Do you want to discuss?
Yes, I do want to discuss. I have them written down here.
Fine.
So my ins and outs is Mary Beard. If you don't know who Mary Beard is, and it's pertinent to mention her because this is a history special, she's a classicist. Classicist? Not classist, classicist.
She might be classist as well.
No, she's not. Mary, if you're listening to this, which you wouldn't, don't listen to him over there. But Mary, we had you on over the Christmas period and you were just delightful to watch.
I came out the bathroom into the bedroom and I saw Jordan looking like in awe of something on television. I looked around and it was this kind of lady
with snowy hair on a bicycle with this long red coat, wearing a coat in the Roman heat, Rome heat. But no, she's fabulous. She's in. I have a few books by her. I do want to read a bit more. I could read one of her books every week. But out, I will say, is Gristle.
Gristle.
And this is relevant to the topic of sandwiches, because Henry and I have had too many instances recently, haven't we? Where you bite into a sandwich and like a chicken sandwich and there's some gristle in it.
There's nothing more that turns you off than a bit of gristle.
No, there isn't.
Like it can just suddenly just put
the sandwich down.
Yeah, it suddenly makes it stop in your track.
What do you do if we're both eating like the same product, but you find gristle and I haven't yet found gristle?
Because if I tell Jordan that mine's got gristle, then I know that that's going to stop you.
Yeah, because it would.
I don't.
So you withhold the information, don't you?
I do. And then you get quite frustrated if I then announce it later on.
Yes. Also, aioli is out.
Why?
I don't like it.
That's just wrong.
Right.
Come on. I think I've seen you dunking some French baguette in some aioli in Mallorca.
French baguette in it?
Oh, why have you done French in Mallorca? But bread. Like,
aren't all baguettes French? When people say French baguette, what's a Spanish baguette?
You tell me.
Yeah, well, they call them French sticks up where I worked.
Oh, up north.
Up north. Now, every week we've introduced a themed question of the week. This week's theme, yes, we have.
Okay.
You were in. I bloody put it past you before I did it. This week's theme is history, and so the question of this week is: which 5 historic and deceased guests would you invite to a dinner party?
Dinner with dead people. What a
Well, they'll be alive for the duration of the dinner, but afterwards
they go back to the grave.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, once the dinner's done, they're out.
You usually give the answer of dead people when someone asks you, like, "Oh, who would be your dream celebrity Big Brother?" Like, cast
because dead people are much easier to work with.
They don't answer back.
Yeah, exactly. They don't ring me.
Bloody hell.
So I'll quickly cycle through mine.
Okay. I'm just going to think.
Right. I want to see your reactions, though. So,
well, I'm right here, darling.
Good. Please stay. So at first I was going to invite Emperor Nero. But, yeah, exactly. But instead I'm going to invite Plutarch. So he was basically, he wrote biographers of the Greeks and the Romans back in the day.
And what do you think he's going to bring to the dinner party?
Well, he's Plutarch's like the anachronistic Hello and OK magazine. So he's like a bit of a journalist of his time.
A bit of a gossip.
Yes. And so I would love him to bring the gossip to the dinner table. Oh. And then afterwards, before he went back to the grave, do a little write-up of the dinner party.
Party of the century.
I know, I could flog that, couldn't I? Secondly, Anne Boleyn.
Okay.
I'd want to just not interrogate her, not even bring it back up really, but I just would like to know if anything did actually go on between her and her brother and also the other person. Because that's why she had a head
So you want to like
allegedly.
Jeremy Kyle her in some respect?
No, I don't even think it's dinner party conversation.
Can I just, sorry to interrupt with I thought it'd be quite fun to have Henry VIII and all of the wives and be like, right, you guys...
that is a good idea.
You've got a lot of talking to do.
Yeah.
Like, you better sort this all out.
And also, Henry would be stripped of his power in that moment. Not you, but Henry VIII.
Really?
Yes, you'd have more power at that dinner table than Henry VIII.
Oh, I don't know how I feel
Former
about
king.
There's only room for one Henry at that time.
Apparently, though, he stank.
Yeah, I heard
Yes.
that. Did you see Jude Law played him in the theatre and he basically made the stench of...
Why?
Huh?
What, Jude Law did that?
Yeah, they went to a perfumer's and they asked to make the most grotesque
stench of Henry VIII.
Yeah, and they made it and they put it on him and apparently he was walking around like backstage and it was disgusting.
God, that is 4D, isn't it?
I know it is 4D.
Yes.
If you had front row seats, you'd be regretting it, I reckon.
Right, so one of yours can be Henry VIII then. Thirdly, because you've been unwell, Florence Nightingale.
What, just to look after me?
That, and also I thought I'd give her a bit of a night off.
She's dead. What do you mean give her a night off?
Right. Fourthly, Ray Vaughan Williams, excellent classical composer, pastoral suites, Lark Ascending, one of the best pieces of classical music ever. I'd just like to talk to him.
Great.
I think him and I would get on more than I would get on with the other guests.
You reckon?
Maybe Plutarch too, because I do like a gossip. Fifthly, Fanny Craddock.
Oh, what a nightmare she'd be. She would be
I'd
an
love,
absolute nightmare.
but you came up from the bar.
And she could cook she could bring some of the food.
She's not working tonight. She's at my dinner table. But yes, she could help in the kitchen.
Oh, but it's polite for a guest to bring along something.
Yes, but didn't you come up the other night? And I was unironically watching repeats of Fanny Craddock.
Yeah, and doesn't she starts shouting at her assistant?
Oh, yes. You wouldn't want to work for her.
No.
And then sixthly, I did have a sixth guest, and that would be the great Kenneth Williams, but we from the caveat.
You've really got these prepared.
Yeah.
Where's this all come from?
Right, so your first guest is Henry VIII.
I would want, I mean, I would also love like Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yes.
He could sing some little like...
So you're going to make him work?
Show tunes
Yes.
throughout the evening. I feel like one of the Egyptians. I want like Tutankhamun or something. Can they all speak English?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
Google Translate. You can introduce that to them.
That's fine. I just want a very
Ancient
eclectic
Egyptian
group.
hieroglyphics and all that.
Oh my God, the late Queen. The late Queen, that would be cool.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You showed me that TikTok of
What me, the late Queen, Frank Sinatra, Henry VIII, and Tutankhamun canning to
get
New
someone
York, New York.
every day.
It'd be fantastic.
Get someone else. Get someone.
Okay, Julia Childs.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a cook.
You copied me there, though.
She's the OG TV chef. Right, cheesed off. What's cheesed you off about history?
What's cheesed me off about history? Oh, lots of things. Bloody hell. So when you go, and as we have been, to these historic locations, be it Hampton Court Palace, although I do adore the place, and Buckingham Palace, or even if you go to a stately home, and you go through the not even the state rooms, you go through the rooms, and there's a tour guide person, like in every room, just standing there gawping at you. That really vexes me.
What, you go into a room and they're just like...
They're there.
Don't like them there?
No, because they're disturbing my immersion. And it's as if they want me to strike up a conversation.
What, are you pretending it's your home when you walk through there?
Doesn't matter what I do. I've got a very vivid imagination, Henry. But I just don't like them there. Of course, they're not there to be asked questions. They're there to watch you.
Of course they are.
Surveillance.
You can ask them questions about the history and the heritage.
No, but it really does piss me off. Because what do they expect of me? I'm going to start shoving stuff in my pockets. I do have a thing about security guards and supermarkets and all that stuff. Anyway, it's my paranoia. That's another conversation. But no, it's like at Buckingham Palace. We went to Buckingham Palace, didn't we? And that woman...
You know the other frustrating type of people you get at these kind of places? And I don't know if this is offensive.
Oh God,
if it is, I'm going to ask the producer to cut this out.
Cut it out.
Americans. The worst time was I was at the Vatican.
Yes.
And I did the whole Vatican tour around. And this, I kid you not, this American lady had her plastic bottle and she was getting water from this leaking like water thing from the side of the wall, and she said, it's holy water, I'm taking holy water back home. And I was just like, this is ridiculous.
We're never taking this podcast.
I mean, how stupid is that?
Yeah.
It's leaking probably from some nonna upstairs who's thrown a pasta water out of a window.
Keep digging, Henry. Elon Musk is tweeting about this now, considering he's so immersed in British fucking culture nowadays. But when we went to Buckingham Palace that time, that woman chased after you, didn't she?
She's like, you're not allowed to take photos. I was like,
and it's like, we weren't taking photographs. Chill out.
Yeah.
We're here trying to immerse ourselves. You're ruining our immersion. I mean, I think we were trying to take a photo, weren't we? That's besides the point. I feel like some of them just want to be teachers. And I mean, go work in a school. Don't school me from this magnificent place. Oh, it just pisses me off.
You're going to get, so do you want understaffed places now?
Well, supermarkets are very understaffed at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what's cheese me off? Are you done?
Yeah.
I was thinking through history, and I was actually thinking particularly about food. Have you seen some, particularly the 1970s, like party food?
I love it.
It is like, I mean, creative, I will say. I've got some pictures to show you.
Oh gosh, really?
Like, you're not ready. There's a lot of jellies involved. It's bizarre. I mean, so...
Is it very beige?
This, for example, you might see on a 70s buffet, a seafood mousse in the shape of a fish.
Oh, but that's quirky.
Look at it. It is absolutely foul.
Now, I find that endearing. and I seldom find anything endearing.
It's awful. Look, a hedgehog dessert. I don't really know what it is, but it's all giving like very sort of CBBS.
It's like the range of Iceland on steroids, isn't it?
I mean, what is the... Sorry, this was another thing. Lots of cocktail sticks.
Yes.
When do you use cocktail sticks nowadays?
80s party food.
Cheese and in pineapple in a pot stick. Pineapple and prawns? No, that's not.
How would you go about eating that?
You pick the prawns out. The pineapple, you're not actually eating the pineapple, I don't think. I think that's the mere vessel that you pluck your prawn from.
But I think there's something quite retro and charming about it.
Well, it's certainly retro. This is awful. And by the way, this wasn't me searching disgusting 70s party food. This is me searching 70s party food. This is, I believe, banana with ham and cheese.
Ooh.
Like melted. That is foul.
It's inventive.
What was going on in the 70s? Is everyone anybody who grew up in the 70s, can you tell me, like, do you still eat this stuff, or is it just like a little, it's just a phase, Mom?
You're bringing Julia Childs to your dinner party. Don't you think she'll have something to say about that?
Look at that. That looks like a weapon, not a bloody dish.
Yeah, the problem is no one can be asked anymore.
It's awful. It should be left in the past. It should never come back.
You're the one bringing it to the present.
Look, Jordan, having someone in a room in Buckingham Palace to tell you where the Queen once wrote a letter is a lot better than sort of eating a seafood mousse in the shape of a trout.
I mean, I will concede for once.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch any of that shit. But I see the novelty to it. I see the creativity. People had a lot of time on their hands doing all that stuff. And I mean, at the end of the day, you're just shoving it in your mouth, aren't you?
And actually, just a quick one. We are actually talking of this. We're going on Saturday for lunch at this restaurant called Oslo Court, which I've heard is fantastic. And it is the most camp...
Isn't the case it hasn't been updated since the 80s, though?
No, it hasn't. It's like, it's in an old...
The bloody prices have, trust me.
It's in like a flat block, and like all the staff wear like black tie.
Yeah.
And apparently the man who brings the dessert trolley looks like he's on his sort of last legs.
Yeah.
And he brings this trolley over and everything's wobbling.
I was going to make a terrible joke, though, but I wouldn't. You could bring him to the dinner party.
So we will update... What did you say?
That was horrible.
What did you say?
I need to think before I say.
What did you say?
It's like he could be a contender for the dinner party guest list. I don't know this man, okay? I've already killed off one of the listeners in the past.
He's not dead yet.
Yet. Don't even jinx it, Henry.
Well, if you're setting in the future, you can give him the invite.
Oh yeah, we'll go there on Saturday. There'll be this jumped up person on a grad scheme. Like, I just got the job. The old bugger pass.
I can't wait to see what it's like.
But anyway, back to cheesed off. I think your 80s party food should face the chopping board this
I agree.
week. Okay, so that's chopped.
I don't even want to drag the 80s in it too much. I think the 70s was the real culprit.
Just like gimmicky party
80s
food.
at least tried to dial it down.
Yes, it's very Only Fools and Horses, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, slices of our lives.
Of our lives, yeah.
What's happened since
What has
the last
happened?
episode? Tell me.
Well, did you know that Tesco did this rewinds stuff? Well, you're the person who told me about this. I don't know why I'm trying to... But please, go ahead.
So...
we have popularised the club sandwich.
In 2023, the top sandwich sold at Tesco's was the sausage, bacon and egg triple. In 2024, it's been taken over by the Chicken Club.
Yes. Yeah, round of applause.
Club sandwich. Britain's Got Taste.
I heard that the sales spiked in November.
But on a more sort of stressful note, I think, the most popular meal deal was the Chicken Club with an egg protein pot. Okay. And a bottle of Coke. I don't think I've ever...
Why does that stress you out?
No, but that's the most popular... Like, that's the most sold. I don't know. I thought everyone went for a packet of crisps or a...
Yeah, but everyone's on health kicks, aren't they?
Yeah, but like, everyone? That's crazy.
Would you say no to an egg
I don't
protein
go around, like,
pot?
on the go just eating an egg. I don't know.
The stench too. And also, considering you're a food critic, I was surprised over Christmas you wouldn't eat a quail's egg.
No, I wasn't opposed to eating quail's
You
egg.
were. I was eating them left, right, and centre. You wouldn't even let it touch your mouth. Just tasted like a normal egg.
No, because I think they were presented to me in a little plastic bag.
Oh yes, the bag was rather
and it was
stressful.
like, oh, would you like an egg?
What kind of accent's that?
I'm all right, thanks. It's like nearly bedtime. I've got my...
But no, I've once bought an egg protein pot. I think I was on a health kick during university.
Oh, right. When it says a protein pot, is it just an egg?
I didn't. I opened it. I took a bite, then I put it in the bin because I thought that was
spinach. Oh, that's really exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not marketed
really
as a
it up.
protein pot, is it? It's just an egg.
No.
No, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I know.
give me Burford Browns any day.
Yeah, I mean, if I was at Tesco's, I'd get one of the little Lindor bars because I do like. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth. I like a bit of chocolate.
Yeah. When you mentioned Coke, was it full fat or
full
diet?
fat bottle?
Really?
I know it's cheaper. I would always go for a can than a bottle.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's colder. I feel like it's crisper. I don't know. And we've been flat hunting, haven't we?
Yes, we have been flat hunting.
Which is one of the three most stressful things that you go through in your life. One of them's moving, one's divorce, and I can't remember the other one.
No, it is one of the evils of life, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, because we want to stay in the same area we are, but the properties, because of how London was, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but how London was
It's not like you.
Shut up, Henry. Pray. How London was reconstructed after the Second World War is that you've got like varying wells on each corner. So it does make it onerous, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you can look in one property and it looks brilliant from the outside, it's shit inside. Another property, it looks horrible from the outside, but inside it's plush. We went to one, and Michael Gove ran past us just as we were entering this property. We went into one and she
said, was that you two from Club Sandwich? I was like, Michael,
no,
keep running.
Yeah. No sandwiches. I mean, no selfie. Am I okay?
No sandwiches. Michael, don't give me any of your sandwiches.
Fuck off, Michael. Right, yeah, let's go back. Rewind. So she took us into this shop.
Are you okay? I think Jordan is having a moment.
Right, so this estate agent took us into the property. We were looking around, absolute shithole. I looked in the bathroom. There was mold on the effing ceiling. I pointed this out to her. Honestly, she was... Sorry. Honestly, they were nonchalant about it. Like, oh, yeah, it'll all be taken out before. You can't just get rid of mold like that.
I think some estate agents have to go like full Meryl Streep. Like they must have to keep a straight face when they know they're showing you somewhere that is like bad.
Could we talk about the delightful estate agent though? Who was just such a wonder.
It was a good new experience. So this estate agent, like I spoke to, and he said, what I'm going to do is you just turn up here. I'm going to pick you up in my Mini.
Yeah.
And we're going to zoom around London, show you a few places. And then she said she listened to the Club Sandwich podcast on the way back.
Yes, quite fortuitously.
I know.
But she was a delight. And she just was so... She's not how I would imagine an estate agent to be.
I know.
And she was like, oh, Mr. Bus Driver. Thank you, Mr. Bus Driver, because she was driving in London. She was a bit whimsical, but I loved that. Shout
out to...
She might not listen because we didn't go with any of the properties.
No, we didn't buy a property from her.
What are we buying? Are we
no.
buying market now? Right, Twixmas in London.
Twixmas.
So Henry and I came back to London. I think it was the 28th. No, yes, it was. The day after Boxing Day.
Yes.
And we spent Twixmas in London, which was honestly like being sequestered.
It's a weird time in London.
Yes.
Like it's like, what do you do?
I felt like, you know that film Conclave?
Yes.
I felt similar to one of them.
Lots of bed rotting.
What?
Bed rotting.
Where was the bed?
When you just sit in bed and rot?
Yeah.
So that's what the kids say nowadays.
But it's as if the world around us was paused. Well, actually, that's not entirely true because we went to Piccadilly Circus one day, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
And that was hellish. But where around our ends, it was just everything was quiet.
At peace with the world.
At peace, yes.
Oh, what's written here? Tea making etiquette. Oh, is this because I caught you making tea in a very dry way?
Well, tell us how to make a perfect cup of tea?
It's very obvious, isn't it? Like, to me, it's very clear and obvious. Like,
Well, okay, well,
bag in the mug.
Yes.
You put hot water in, let the tea stew
For how long?
for however strong you like it.
But how long would you say on average is? How long would you let it stew?
If I'm just making a quick cup of tea, it'd be like a minute or
minute?
something.
See,
or a little bit longer.
I just don't have the patience.
And then sugar, and then a little drop of milk if you want milk. Jordan, you put the tea bag in, and then the milk,
yes,
and then the sugar, and then the hot water.
I don't always.
And
take
then
sugar.
as you're filling up, it's all this like white. It just looks like a mug of milk.
Right, we have a really shit kettle, and it takes so long to boil, and I don't have time to stand there waiting for the kettle.
No, it takes the same amount of time to have your cup of tea at the end.
What?
Whether or not the kettle.
No, because I get the milk and everything done before while the kettle's boiling.
Oh, because that's such an arduous. Like,
yeah, because I've got to open the fridge, take the milk out, done. What my method I think works for me, and that's what it's about in life. But right. I just like to get it all over and done with. Bum 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 bum. And this is why I drink Diet Coke more so than coffee or tea. Because for me, Diet Coke is such an easy solution to feeling a bit groggy. You just crack one open, there we go, down the hatch. You don't have to stand around boiling kettles. You made me a cup of tea this morning, didn't you?
I did.
And that was lovely.
Thank you, because I made it properly.
Yeah, so in future, just make me tea.
Okay.
Wally.
What did you last slave dial?
We don't talk about that. Okay. Been told not to go there.
All right. Yeah. He's not at your dinner party. Right. Puzzles. Why have you said puzzles?
Because I've now taken up puzzle building.
Oh, yes. Lego's getting too...
Yes.
It's not really like workable with the amount of space.
No, especially now we're downsizing.
And it's not like it's a small space. It's just because you have a lot of Lego.
Yes. And because puzzles, once you're done, you can just collapse them back into the box. And so I've been building the tube map, haven't I?
I'm actually quite terrified about the whole thing of you going to have to like disassemble Lego.
We're talking about puzzles at the moment. Don't stress me out. I was up all night the other night worrying about that.
Oh, sorry. You didn't tell me.
Well, but puzzles are very therapeutic.
Yes.
I bought you a colouring book, didn't I, for Christmas?
You did buy me a colouring book.
We won't go into the specifics. But anyway, colouring, puzzles, Lego, it's all just very, it's therapizing yourself.
Yes. Good for your like mental well-being.
Yeah.
Calm, relaxing.
Yeah, it's okay to be okay.
It's okay to be okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it it's okay to not be okay?
Well, that too. But I'm okay when I'm doing the puzzle. Keeps me busy. Got a very active mind, Henry. Club counselling and confessions is the next segment on the podcast.
This week, people have been sending in their New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Any wackadoodle ones.
Wackadoodle.
Let's say. Let me see if I've got any.
That word.
Someone here says their resolution. Should I say their name? Why not? It's Kieran.
Hello, Kieran.
Hi, Kieran.
Kieran.
Welcome to the show.
Who's Kieran or Kira?
Actually, it's Kieran, Kiran. Oh my god. He's getting a lot of airtime, Kieran, right now.
Kieran. Okay, sorry. Yes. I don't know who they are.
Sorted.
I know a Kira.
My resolution is to stop being scared of my blender.
Blender.
What? It's loud, it's volatile, and I'm always convinced the lid's going to fly off and the contents.
Oh, no, I understand that.
I do get that a little bit.
Yes.
You do feel like you're engaging your core, aren't you, to make sure like...
Because talking back to house hunting, because she showed us one property and the lift, she said, this lift once gave me an electric shock. And for me, I was like, I'm out. I don't need anything inanimate scaring me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's relating to Kieran's point. Having that household thing.
But sometimes it just happens because of static and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But do you get what I mean? My mum used to have this iron, and once it had heated up, it would make this, like, awful sound. And so...
God, it's really stayed with
my clothes were perpetually creased.
Oh.
But no, that's a very brave resolution to have.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we need to. There should be some kind of blending therapy session.
Do any appliances in our house scare you?
I can't stand all the beeping in our house.
The beeping.
Why does the beeping not stop?
Because when we were...
You have to go and stop the beeping. Why is the dishwasher beeping?
Because what I noticed in the Cotswolds, your mum's dishwasher stops beeping after the first
but
round of beeps.
the washing machine and tumble dryer doesn't.
Oh, no, actually.
That's like a... Oh, my gosh.
Yes. And that tumble dryer is very vocal, isn't it?
Yes.
But the beeping in our place at the moment, the washing machine, the dishwasher, you have to go downstairs and manually turn them off.
I know. The trials and tribulations of our household.
Well, we're moving soon, so burn the place down. If you're the landlord, we're not going to burn the place down. I would like a full return on the deposit. Thank you.
Someone here says they want to read more smutty romance books.
Who said that? Out them. No, actually, don't out them. Let them have their pleasure.
Have you ever read a romance book?
No, I don't really read fiction, do I?
But when it says smutty, does that mean like 50 Shades of Grey?
Is that acceptable to read on the tube? Because, of course, you have a thing against people eating on the tube. Can you read a smutty... If the cover's visible?
Put a different cover on it.
Yeah.
You know? You could be having some, like, something pretty...
I don't know how I'd feel if I was sat on the tube and the person next to me was imagining that scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, it'd be hard to sort of be immersed while you're on, like, the central line. Yeah. You know?
I think it's very Bakerloo line, isn't it?
I know what you mean, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of like, seedy.
Not on the district line, darling.
Someone here has said they're going to try and maintain their decorum when interacting with self-service checkouts and not shout at them when they place the goddamn item in the bagging area. They put in very loud.
Don't shout at them. You look like a crazy person. Not even I shout at self.
And they said, I will be polite and this will be good for my well-being.
Yes.
And people may think I'm less intolerant if I'm not shouting at machines.
Less crazed, maybe.
Yeah, they are bloody annoying though, aren't they?
They are.
Like,
and I hate also when you do the scan your own shop. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I love those. The little guns.
I do like that too. For the first time shopping alone, this was a big step for me. I got my own trolley and got one of the guns. Because I thought I'm shopping for my husband and me. And it was because usually I just get a basket rushed round.
That's something we haven't heard about.
But anyway, no.
Maybe you said engagement was out for 2025.
Get over it, darling. Build that bridge. I was just winding you up. It was reverse psychology.
Do you know, anyway, viewers were disgusted.
Darling, we need to get back to the point of, so when you zap stuff, you take it to the other pen of the self-checkouts and then you scan the screen and then it says, the colleague needs to check your items. Don't you feel like a fucking criminal in that moment? It happened to us. Do you
feel like you accidentally stole something?
Well, I once saw this program when I was young. I think it was on Channel 4. This chewing gum accidentally fell into the lady's bag and she got sent to prison. I don't think with current sentencing guidelines. No, she looked distraught.
She did not go to prison over chewing gum.
It might have been 2 packets. She might have lied. I don't know.
Well,
if you're listening, write in. I want to hear your experiences.
In prison.
I write with my quill and parchment from the cell of Majesty's.
That's His Majesty's chewing gum bandit in cell 34.
But no, you seem quite tolerant of self-checkouts.
I'm all right until they go wrong, and then it's just annoying. Like, technology's good till it doesn't work, isn't it?
Yeah,
we do really sound like an old married couple.
Some supermarkets, I think Booths maybe up north, they're bringing back manned checkouts.
Oh.
Because people are missing that interaction. Because if you're an old biddy, that could be your only conversation of the day.
Do you like? I can't imagine you really.
No, I fucking hate them. I absolutely hate using a checkout. I avoid shops where you've got to go and use the person who. Yeah, I don't like that. Because then after I've had that interaction, I'm reviewing in my head how I did in that interaction. It sounds very demented, but anyway.
It does a little bit.
Anyway, so
should we eat some sandwiches?
Yeah, let's eat some sandwiches.
Yeah, why not? Historic sandwich.
Yeah, so because the theme of the week is history, we've cultivated some historic sandwiches, some sandwiches from history.
I'm a little bit dubious about my sandwich that you've bought me today because you've been very.
You've not even seen it yet.
No, but you've been very sort of. You've been building a lot of
I was
anticipation.
jumping around with joy last night when I finalised what I was going to bring.
Okay.
And I went to the big Sainsbury's this morning to source a crucial ingredient. You could call it the base, the foundation.
Well, we can't really leave that hanging.
So,
right, let's.
do we do a countdown?
The reveal?
3, 2, 1.
What? Why have you given me a loaf of bread? Is that a sourdough loaf?
Did you make this at home?
No.
I know why you've brought me this one because I know about the history of sandwiches, but I want you to tell me.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Know-it-all.
But no, who wants to go first in explaining? So actually, let's describe for the listeners.
For the listeners, I'm currently looking at, essentially, it's just a massive fuck off piece of bread.
Baked freshly this morning.
It's essentially a loaf of bread, which has been cut in. I am going to now...
Yes, you may lift the top.
Lift.
Oh, it shouldn't be sticking.
Oh, dear.
Oh, look at that.
It's kind of reminding me in San Francisco when you get your corn chowder, like put
Yes, that's not the San Francisco loaf, though. That's I think that's a Coburg.
Your choice of cheese is stressful. Have you used Emmental?
Yes, Emmental and peppered ham.
It's like the mouse cheese.
Yes, it is, isn't it, with the little holes.
Yes.
And I've buttered the bread.
And is this revenge from the Christmas sandwich? Like, are you
Partly.
like, trying to get me to put my mouth around
originally,
this? Like,
I'll tell you what I was going to do originally. I was going to put, you know that soup we've loved from M&S? I was going to fill the bread with the soup. Like it's medieval times.
And that would have travelled really well, wouldn't it?
No, which is why I didn't do it. But in medieval times, the bread was like the plate. So, I mean, you can disregard the top and just eat the plate and the fillings.
So it's a medieval...
Yeah, it's called a trencher.
A what?
Trencher.
Trencher.
So it's like, because in medieval times, the bread would be the plate. And then after you've consumed the meal within, so yeah, you could eat the ham and cheese with your hands. You give the bread plate to a servant or something.
So am I meant to eat? Anyway.
No, eat it how you want to eat it.
Do you want to describe what you've got in front of you?
Henry has brought me a very average-looking sandwich, filled as it is with roast beef.
It is roast beef.
And what else is in there? I will lift... It's white bread. Ooh, what sauce is that?
It's caramelized onion.
So
in 1782...
Oh,
here we are
look at
coming in the
you.
facts. The 4th Earl of Sandwich.
Oh, right.
This is where this is the original sandwich.
Yes.
He was a gambling man. He liked to play poker. And he would have his cards.
Know when to stop.
And he wanted a means to be able to eat his meat in a one hand. So he asked for it between two pieces.
Because he didn't want to get his cards greasy.
Yeah.
And so would you say this is the origin of the sandwich?
Well, the sandwiches... the name has come from that exact sandwich, but I can't imagine. I'm sure
people did it beforehand, didn't they?
I don't know.
I mean, the Earl of Sandwich, he had the benefit of having that celebrity about him.
But anyway, to be sensationalist, this is the first ever sandwich ever created.
Still intact, no
Look
more.
how nice that beef looks.
Yes.
Nice rare beef.
What is the sauce, sorry?
Caramelized onion. Just I thought I'd zhuzh it up a little bit.
So no mustard?
There was going to be horseradish, but I wasn't sure if you liked horseradish.
Well,
and I know
given it to me then.
It's a very polarizing condiment.
Right.
Do you like horseradish?
No.
Well, there we go.
But yes, so you've got your medieval trencher over there.
What the fuck
What's that
am I
place
meant to do
called
with
in
that?
America?
Sorry.
Is it called Medieval World?
It's
Henry,
literally
the fillings
size
are
of my
going to
face.
fall out. I used a whole packet of
Sorry,
ham.
this isn't a sandwich. You've done it again.
Put the top on it.
It's not a sandwich.
It's like a little hat, isn't it?
Can you give me some guidance?
Just
if I'm eating,
darling, that monstrosity you brought me in the last episode.
At least it was a sandwich.
Yeah, but I couldn't shove it in my mouth, could I? But at least that's mouthable. So yeah, eat your little trencher plate. Get the fillings in. You've got no fillings. I buttered the bread.
What are you meant to do?
Hellman's mayonnaise on the top.
Oh, I tell you what.
At least I didn't fill it with soup. I was going to bring a spoon if I filled it with soup.
This is just awful.
Freshly made that bread.
Great. It's not a sandwich. I only got one piece of bread. Anyway.
So you can save it for
Let's
later.
put its hat back on.
That looks quite tasty. I'm right. I'll try a bit of the all of sandwiches beef. The cross section. It's quite gruesome, doesn't it? You having a bit of that, Henry?
I was actually going to buy the ox tongue one, which they're doing there. It is a place called, why has it gone out of my head? Tongue and Brisket in Soho. I've been there before. Used to be one of my working lunches when I had worked in an office around there. It's a good sandwich.
I'm tasting the historical significance.
Are you?
Yeah.
If you were playing poker, would you want that in one hand?
Oh.
Can you say any words, or are you waiting till you finished?
It's a bit shit.
Is it?
Let's exchange.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We can exchange.
So this one, you have a bite of that. Because, in supermarkets, this bread, I believe, is still made freshly on site. So the baker would have been baking this morning.
Nice.
This is great. I'm gonna.
Is it though?
Bite. Yeah. This is what they used to eat, the medieval peasants.
No, that is inherently a better sandwich.
No.
It is flavor profile, even the bread.
No, okay, yeah. My sandwich is not really a sandwich, it's a trencher.
There we go.
But philosophically, what is a sandwich? No, let's not get back into
We have
that.
a podcast called Club Sandwich, and we yet still seem to struggle with the definition. We need. Can we get a historian involved or someone?
Mary Beard, if you're around, please come on the podcast. So I think even the Romans had sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours. I think yours is better on the grounds of historical significance, etc., etc., etc.
Definitely.
What's on the breadboard? The top four at the moment. So we got the chickened sandwich. We've got Nick Ferrari's burger. It's number 2. The Pret Toasty. Sandwich, Yassified. I don't think either of these displays anything on there.
Neither.
No.
Sorry, they have not made it through to judges.
There's a reason they're historic because
We're sorry to let you down.
no one eats this kind of shit anymore.
That one looks like it had a sob story. I mean, a sad day for these sarnies, but in the end of the day, like they're history.
They do look how sorry they both look.
I know. I'm not going to lie. I did
Mine's
try and bite
deflated.
into that beef, and it just wasn't quite giving.
No,
No.
it wasn't, was it?
No.
The chewy bugger, that one. And this one, I mean, this one's like this one. Wish it wasn't baked this morning.
Well, thank you so much
Yes.
for listening to this week's episode of Club Sandwich with me, Henry Southern.
And me, Jordan Sanger.
Subscribe and follow so you're the first people to know when each and every new episode comes out.
Rate 5 stars. I've got something in my teeth. And leave a review. Follow us on all socials. Club Sandwich Pod there too.
And you can now email us for all those people who like to email at clubsandwich@insanity.com, and feel free to send any of your darkest confessions.
May I clarify? I know I haven't been on it this episode as much. I've been just going to the shops and whatever else. There's not vodka in that glass. Just if you had any doubt. I'm just feeling a bit, I don't know, nutty today.
Anyway, and also to that email, send your foods.
Send your food. I almost said something else.
Send foods.
Foods, yes.
And we will
Pick that up.
roast them or
Roast beef.
or boil them or pan fry them or whatever. Next week's theme
is
what?
music. So we're going to talk about what cheeses us off about music.
Yes.
We're going to have the wondrous theme question, and then we're going to bring a music
little
related.
shimmy.
Thank you to the music. Then we're going to bring a music related sandwich. So get thinking, Henry, as to what you're going to bring me.
I will. I already know.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what I'm bringing you.
I'm jealous for you.
It's never a good sign.
On that bombshell, see you next time.